Welcome to Soul Talk with me, Nancy Roland Weber. Hi. Today, setting intention. We all have a different way of approaching our day. We all have a different way of approaching our dream we have. Okay? I always think we're all so unique, and no matter what anybody else says, it is so much more important that you sculpt your own life, that you take pieces of ideas and think, toss and turn it. Just like anything else in this world, it has to suit and resonate with who you actually are, not who the other person is. No pleasing other people more than you please yourself. Okay? It's a rule I've had to learn. Many of us grew up being yes people, double yes people. I don't think my parents ever heard the word no from me until I was magic age of 16. And that was an interesting experience to finally voice my feelings for the first time out loud. Yeah. So we all learn either through all the bumps in the road. There's a friend, Pat Wetzel, who I will have on one day as the author. She wrote Bumps in the Road. She's a really interesting person. And Bumps in the Road stuck with me when I saw her. I was able to read parts of her book before it came out. It's fabulous. So the bumps in the road help reinforce for us. If you don't set an intention, then you're almost guaranteed to just be like a branch on a tree kind of swaying any which way the wind blows. Or do we set an intention and at least give ourselves the ability to have an attitude that may be conducive to helping ourselves through all the bumps in the road, through helping ourselves maybe gain some steps along the way for our own outcomes, right? So I've had quite a few bumps in the road. Many of you have known some of it, and there are two people in the world who know pretty much everything, and that's it. And that's because they're so hard to go over and over, just like any of yours. So I learned not to go over them all the time. And I'd like to help you, if you want, consider, how do you set your intention? I'm going to walk you through a few of mine and see if any of it resonates with you. And I would love to hear back what resonates with you for yourself. What do you create that works for you? So in the morning, I set my intention. And one of the ways I set my intention, I'm looking at my drawer to pull out intuitively an essential oil. I never know which one I'll pick. Okay, there's a blend from Young Living called Acceptance. And on my website is all about oils, but I'm happy to introduce and help you, whatever. Anyhow, that's just a piece of it for me. So I think of the word acceptance, and it's made up of a bunch of single oils that are blended in order to have the feel of the thought acceptance. So the thought is part of my intention. What do I want to accept right now in the moment? So when I awaken, a lot of times it is grateful that I have another day. And not just because I'm older. I've been doing that for a very long time. I think those of us who've had any near-death experiences know that life is, at best, maybe I live the next moment, right? We don't know. Many of us know people who suddenly are gone from this earth. Some take a long time, some take it quickly. So back to intention. I think of accepting in the morning. What do I accept? I accept the idea that although I am not in a perfect body operating well, I am so grateful that it operates at all. I am grateful that I have a bed to sleep on. I'm very grateful that I have windows to look out at And incredibly, I can look out at trees. Oh my God, how lucky am I? Intention. So if my intention is to form a feeling of being not only gratitude, I'll put in a funny word, luck, that I'm lucky that I can feel gratitude. I am lucky that I can think of ways to be grateful. I accept my conditions, including my sometimes negative thoughts, my gratitude thoughts, my non-gratitude thoughts. I accept me as me. Novel idea, isn't it? So my intention for the day, I usually like to think of 3 things I'd like to get done. Now, that doesn't mean they have to be all work related. If you have a regular job, then part of your intention, I believe, as I did have a regular job for a long time. I think I started working when I was 10 babysitting. I took it very seriously. And I was the favorite babysitter on the block because I would also clean the dishes up for the family when they went out and the kids I took care of. So my intention has always been, what can I accomplish? Anything. So don't overwhelm yourself. If your intention is to make your bed, that's one intention. What's 2 more? Got me? Okay, so my intention today was to do 1 Zoom and then set it up, edit it, etc. Do my best with it. My other intention was to accept that all things don't happen right away. So my intention is also for long term. I will collect all my medical bills that I've had in the last year for taxes to write off. 2. And neither one take a long time, by the way. 3rd intention. I love being a member of Young Living. Whether you know about it or not, that's up to you. You ever want to know more, go to my website, email me a request. I'm happy to help. And if you're already in it, smart. If you're not, you're not. That's nothing to me. It's just we all choose our own way. So I anoint myself in the morning, and acceptance is one of them sometimes. Other times motivation, magnify your purpose, the sacred frankincense, Boswellia sacra, a few things, maybe single oils like sacred frankincense, or blends, depending on what I intuitively get. And I set the intention for the 3 things I want to accomplish that day. I may write them in a journal, or I might write them on, I post these. I have them everywhere. And I put them anywhere. Also my calendar on my phone. Yeah, my calendar has a list every day until I'm done. When I'm finally finished with that, I can take it off and delete it everywhere. So I'm always setting intention in some way to see what I could accomplish, what's short term, what's long term. I hope that you understand, as I have come to learn, that emotions, mental health, food intake, fluid intake, air I breathe, all of that sets a higher intention, meaning to me, it's much more of a fusion of body, mind, spirit. And we all know mind is part of the body, right? If you don't, take a look at a name, Dr. Candace Pert, P like in Peter, E-R-T like in Thomas, who wrote Molecules of Emotions and many others in the world, expert in her field when she was on this earth. Still the expert anyhow. So setting intention today, I wanted you to consider for yourself, what do you do to set your intention? Do you have long-term goals? Do you have short-term goals? Is the short-term goal get through the day? Okay, how do you want to get through the day? What would you like to feel at the end of the day? See, for me, that's a goal also. I want to feel like I didn't waste my time. So, confession time here. Ready? I watch some shows, like them a lot. I also like the old ones, Harry's Law with Kathy Bates, that addresses every kind of social concern many people go through, many people know of, and I love how they do it. I pick and choose what I watch to learn, to also cry with, because it's difficult to cry in front of crime victim families or detectives when I am staring at the kind of bloody death so many have had. And yeah, I save those emotions for either my journal or just going back in my mind and talking as a medium to the other side and feeling at least I'm doing something about it. So everything to me is my intention. I hope you know that your heart and your soul are beautiful, and that the intention that your heart and soul have is always to do the best for you on this earth. And if you listen to it carefully, and that doesn't mean you hear it, don't hear it, you can feel it, you can look for signs. We all have different ways. Just know your intention comes from deep within. It doesn't just come from your conscious mind. It comes from your heart. It comes from your soul. It comes from the creative source of all life force itself. And hidden within that is everything you need. What is your intention? What's your short-term goal? What's your long-term goal? Do you care enough not to just think about it? Put it in writing. Put it down somehow. Artist, create art around it. Think of how Da Vinci did that. Words and art, right and left hemisphere. Art, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, words. He knew to put them together. The great mind mapper. Do your own mind mapping. Do your own intention. I will wish for you an uplifting, high frequency, great days, peaceful nights. And even when you go through big bumps in the road, you know you can get through them. You have the strength to carry on. Again, what is your intention? This is Nancy Orland Weber wishing you all the best in everything you do. And if you need help on that, go to my website, NancyOrlandWeber.com. Say hello and send me a message. Take care.